Hello, gentle viewers. This is Indian, welcoming you to a new episode of Out of the Park Baseball 20, with the Seattle Mariners hiring a new assistant GM. Come on, someone who's awesome at development. Nick Lurchke, come on down. You're the next contestant on the assistant GM is wrong. This is a big offseason for us. We're going to be promoting 3 of our top tier talented players to the Major League roster at some point next season. Clay can actually be promoted to like AA. Sure. But he can make the roster too. What we need to do this offseason is we need to try to leverage what we've got for some level of improvement. And a really solid draft pick. I think those two things, plus sensible free agent spending, are what could make us one of the better teams this season. Salary arbitration. I would love to get a top pick for one of you 3. I'm fine with just renewing all of your contracts. Maybe not Fernando Gonzalez. He's pretty terrible. Sorry, Mike Jorgensen. I'm not sorry. I wouldn't mind bringing Milt May back. You know what? He actually turned out to be kind of okay. You want a lot of money. Nope. I can do better. Or so I tell myself. I get my assistant GM, Glorious. I get no awards, and I deserve none. That's fine. And I bet all my guys decline arbitration so I can get free agency, which is fine. As before, I'm not even going to look at the list unless they have no compensation. Alright, I can get Raleigh Fingers. That's not nothing. Elias Sosa. I'm noticing it's all relievers, or what people are not offering contracts to. Juan Beniquez, but I've kind of got a center fielder already. It's not like he's exceptional or anything. Bill Buckner wouldn't be a bad acquisition. Someone that would be fairly cheap. Mickey Lolich. He could be my Gaylord Perry this season. My veteran pitcher that I bring in just to pitch for 1 or 2 seasons. Let's go and offer Mickey Lolich a deal to come back. Maybe. Maybe we wait. Yeah, I think we do wait. I'll tell you what. Ooh. Oh, you rat bastard game. George Brett would be amazing. He would actually genuinely be worth losing the 2nd or 3rd overall pick. He genuinely would be. I mean, this would give us... Can you imagine that lineup? Brett, Trammell, Molitor, Edwards. I'm going to go for it. And I understand I might lose my 1st round pick for it. But damned if he wouldn't be worth it. Like, for real, y'all. You know what? Let's wait for the draft pool announcement. You know what? Let's not buy him just yet. Or throw our hats into the ring. Alright, who is in this draft? What? Oh, that's the free agent filing. Sorry. There is Ricky Henderson. And Mike Scott. And Kirk Gibson. If I look at the draft pool, you know what? And I don't believe that I have the first overall pick. No. Oh, damn it. I would take Ricky over George Brett. But the thing is, I don't think I'd get George Brett. I think I'd probably end up getting like Bill Gullickson, which wouldn't be terrible, but it's not George Brett. Let's make him an offer and see if he takes it. I think that's a reasonable starting place. Because he might just tell me to go take a long walk off a short pier, and then I'm agonizing over a decision that doesn't matter. But I just think George Brett is better than either of those players. I truly do. Maybe not Ricky, but I don't think I would get Ricky. Also, my pick might be protected anyway. I'm not sure. All right. Houston is offering him more. I will increase my offer once. If he turns this down, then I will take who I get in the draft. Because the only reason I would sign him is for that. And if Brett doesn't sign, you know what? That's fine. Hey, dude, you want to play the market? Be my guest. I am not, under any circumstances, going to push this now. You made your bread, but you made your bed, bro. You can lie in it. Bunning friend. That's about it, guys. This is not a great draft year. Not Hall of Fame year. All right, Toronto. I'm gonna ask you a favor. I know you don't owe me anything. Could you not? How much did you get from them? Oh lordy. Okay, you know what? That's fine. That is fine. There's actually more than I thought in this draft. Got some John Tudor action, some Dave Steeb. All right. Toronto. It would mean a lot to me personally if you would choose not to draft Ricky Henderson. Can you do that for me? Can you not draft Ricky Henderson? Please. You son of a bitch, Toronto. I hate you. Oh, dear. Okay. Right. We need a pitching staff. It is known. Bill Gullickson would fill that role pretty well. Look, Bill Gullickson is an ace. Mike Scott is actually a bit better, but is also more raw. There's also Tim Raines Sr. Wow, the game shits on him. Kirk Gibson, maybe. Holy shit, Dan Graham. Steve Tudor, Dickie Thon. I don't need a shortstop. I'm going to draft Mike Scott. I think he's the better choice. I really do. Because all it's going to take for Mike Scott to be more than worth it is just he works on his stuff. I'm not going to play him this year. But I think he's the clear second best player in this draft. I feel pretty good about taking him. Who's next? Wow. Okay, this is a very shallow draft. Really? Why do you do this? Of course I want my scouting director's opinion, not your opinion, you jerk. Bobby L. Brown. Why not? Done. Mike Chris. Done. Rafael Santo Domingo literally can't play the position he's meant to play, but is actually a reasonably good catcher. A reasonably good hitter. He's raw, but he could be something interesting later on. I get a Danny Ainge, but he's just gonna play basketball. That's what he did in real life, yo. I don't care who we take for the 5th round. Oh, Toronto. You dirty, dirty whores. Although I do think Mike Scott's going to be worth it. I just need to give him some time in the minors and not rush him until he can get his stuff close to where it needs to be. But yeah, he's going to get all the chances. Okay, draft is over. Now we can start sniffing around some of the other free agents. Alright. Doc Medich would be a nice addition to our rotation, and that is our biggest weakness right now, but you're a jerk. What about you? You'd come on and... Yeah, alright. I'll add you as a rotation stalwart. Cliff, my dude, I appreciate your bat, but I don't appreciate your crappiness. You're an okay hitter. You're an okay hitter. It's kind of hard to get excited about most of the players that are left. I could get Jackie Brown back. She wasn't that bad. He wasn't that bad. Buckner, Russell, Richie Hebner, Jose Cardinal. I'll take Tom Grieve because I don't have to give him a major league deal. But, Milt May, you were my dude. Oh yeah, I do need a new catcher, don't I? Can I get a catcher that can at least hit a little bit this year? I guess a little bit. Here we go. We'll take Glenn Borgman. I'll do better than that. I will give you a guaranteed major league contract. How's that sound? Man. I wish I could have gotten a piece of George Brett. An upgraded second base wouldn't be out of sorts. Just not for the price you're asking. Alright, let's go ahead and sim ahead a bit. I don't blame him for signing with the team that gave him the most money. That's not unreasonable. Alright, Mike Mendoza, I think you're trash, so you can just stay where you are. Let's put you in single A. Mike, let's send you to double A. And then let's check out... do I have anyone that I could lose in the Rule 5 draft that I care about? I'm going to lose Ralph Garr. I don't know on the one hand that I care, but I don't know that I care about wasting the slot. So... I'm not going to add Garr just for the sake of unreasonable terror that I'll lose him. If I lose him, I lose him. I've made my peace with that. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and tell him to get lost. Until next pick by Seattle. Alright, what do we got here? Rudy May and Ken Forsch. Jim Rooker, Mike G. Marshall. Rooker's not bad. He's not great, but he's not bad either. Carithers, meh. I will take Duffy Dyer and my elusive search for a catcher who's not terrible. Yeah, well, the players can shut their pie holes and accept who I bring to the team. If they don't like it, they can lump it. Joe Coleman would be an interesting acquisition, and just someone who can just kind of stand around and throw baseballs. Alright, that's good enough for me. I got what I wanted. Yeah, so this is what I think is important to keep in mind. We have a long way to go. A very long way to go. Sweet. I got Grieve, I got Borgman, and I got McLaughlin. So, majors. And then Grieve, I don't know if I have a place for you now or not, but we will talk about it. Oh, wow, I missed Willie Mays? Damn, shame on me. Man, I hope mine was the only person who voted against him. I just missed his name. Whoops. Alright. This is our big step forward season. This is when we let the kids play. I'm a bit nervous, actually. Because, let me be blunt, this is not going to be a competitive team, no matter what we do. This team is not making the playoffs unless things go very badly wrong for every other team in baseball. I do not want Mike Scott. Grieve, you can have a spring training shot. You can have one. You can have one. Yeah, I definitely want Mike Scott to pitch in the minors. Oh, come on. Really? You've already lost some of your luster? Oh, I see. We didn't trust him as much as the AI did. That's fair, I guess. But let's see how you develop Mike Scott. And the rest of this is fine. Okay. Wow, Coleman sucks. That's fine. Someone's got to pitch the innings, right? We have the startings of a not terrible outfield. I mean, it would be better with Ricky Henderson, but Toronto had to be a jerk and take the best player with the first overall pick. You jerks. You're the jerkingest jerks that ever jerked. But that's alright. I'm not angry about it. I'm not upset at all. Yeah, I don't care. Please don't stop spring training to tell me that third tier second baseman got hurt a little bit. Don't tell me that for third tier reliever got hurt. Like, come on, my dudes. Alright, player development. Did Mike Scott learn anything in spring training or in anything else this year? Nope. Trammell didn't really do much. Molitor got better in a lot of ways. Not all the ways, but a lot of ways. Okay. Let's get that thick team put together. Oh, look, I'm going to go and give you Joe Coleman back. I don't want him anymore. How many pictures do I have? I have 15. I need to get rid of 3 of you. Todd, I'm just going to waive you. I'm not going to keep adding you to the roster just because you randomly luck into a roster spot. How long is Clay out for? He's only out for a week. I'm going to add you to the 40-man and you to the 40-man. And I think Lemon Jello. I want to give him a chance to have one more full year in AAA before I call him up. But he is next man up right now. If someone gets hurt, he's the first one that I'm going to call up. I got to keep Goudry just because someone's got to pitch. Holly can be demoted. Alright. I obviously don't need 4 catchers. That's a bit silly. Let's demote Johnson and waive Merchant. Ray Knight, I would like to just trade you. Will anyone offer me anything for you? I will even take on salary for the right player. Like, if I can get a good quality starting pitcher, I still don't like the quality that we've got working for us right now. Alright. Doc Medich, I could get my hands on. He's a bit pricey, though. I'm not going to overpay for a relief pitcher. That's just not me. Figueroa is a lot cheaper and not significantly better than Medich. Gary Ross isn't secretly a starter. That's a shame, but not unexpected. Yeah, I'm not paying that much for Joe Niekro. I definitely ain't paying that much for Bill Singer. You guys are pretty crazy. I could even get Mike Caldwell on a minor league deal. He's the best possible choice. Borderline. Nah, I'm not going to touch Caldwell. And Ross is just a pretty good relief pitcher. I'm just going to take Ed Figueroa. Look, he's cheaper, and there's no evidence that he's significantly worse than Doc Medich. He's a lot cheaper. Go ahead. Let's call you up to the main roster. And then let's send down Thormode's guard. Okay. Alright. Congratulations, Molitor, you made the team. Trammell, you made the team. Grieve has a lot of power, and that is something this team doesn't have at all. I think Grieve makes the team in spring training. I really do. Brown can neither hit nor play defense. He can go away. Deneen at least plays real good defense. Bosley can go to the minors. I have way too many outfielders. Bobby Brown to the minors. Edwards is going to stay in the majors. Gar's going to go down to AAA. I also need to get rid of one more outfielder. I have way too many outfielders. Do I just keep Deneen in the minors until such time as his services are required? I think that's the call. Alright, let us advance to opening day. And we'll put that roster together. Oh no, not the loss of Leon Brown and Andy Merchant. No. Our season is doomed now. I'll be honest, it actually might be doomed no matter what we do, but that's fine right now. I still want to pick in the top 10. I'd still like to pick up another bat, maybe even another couple of bats. Oh, damn, I have 3 of the top 10. That's pretty sexy. I would very much like to see things happen for this team this year. All right. So we're going to start with batting stats. Or not batting stats, batting ratings. Position ratings. Here you go. So, who's the number 3 hitter? I think it's Molitor. Trammell's gonna hit second. When he develops a bit more power, I think he'll be in the third place hitter conversation, but I think for now heading him second is sufficient. Edwards hits cleanup. Grieve hits 5th. I forgot about Jerry Turner. He's a really good hitter. Who's better at defense? Grieve is a 46. Turner's a 53. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put Grieve in as the DH. And Turner's going to play in left. I guess Thomas can lead off. Oh, I got Braun too. Damn it. Braun is like a perfect leadoff hitter, and I have nowhere to play him. That's not great. Everything I want in a leadoff hitter, my friend. I just don't have a position for you. I guess I could stick you at third base. How bad are you at third base? You're pretty bad. Grieve plays left and right. I could make Edwards play center. But I think that would be a bad decision. And I want to get the best hitters in the lineup. Braun is just a perfect leadoff guy, though. Like, he gets on base. He does the job. And that's not something you can say about that many players. Like, Thomas could probably be an okay leadoff guy. Maybe I'll just make Thomas the leadoff guy. And stop overthinking this. Alright, we need second base, third base, catcher. Milan is a fine 7th place hitter. Borgman can draw walks. And then we'll have Steiger with his amazing third base defense play third and hit 9th. Please generate the depth chart. I don't mind Braun playing pretty regularly, but let's make it a week. And let's go ahead and get this copied. Because again, if we get to the point where we might make the playoffs, I will think about taking the time to juggle this lineup. But for now, let's just focus on what we can accomplish. Figueroa is the staff ace now. Then we got McLaughlin, Kyson, Sorensen, Guidry. You're all righties except for Guidry. That's interesting. Geisel, you're going to be my closer, 8th inning plus. And you're also going to double as stopper. Because I want you to be pitching lots of innings. Bar, you can be set up again. Zinc Saucier, use more often. And Clay, middle relief. Can either McCormick or Atkinson go several innings? Not really. I guess McCormick is the long reliever because he's slightly better at it, and then you're just going to be a middle reliever. Oh, Mike Chris, I ignored you. Yeah, you are basically an anti-lefty guy, and we'll get you some middle relief innings in too. I would like a fifth starter. Another starter I can hide in the pen, but I think for now this is acceptable. I want to check the All-Star Game roster. You are forced. Let's sim the season. Whatever, dude. I don't know why I decided to interrupt my season for that, but sure. No one wanted Jackson Todd. That's depressing for him, I guess. Alright. Yeah, if you said, hey, Avi, one of your players is going to be one of the top hitters in the league, and then you said, surprise, it's Jerry Turner, I'd be like, you're full of it. But then you would be like, no, dude, it really is. I'd be like, damn. This is actually not a great year in the AL West, which is nice, but I don't think we're going to be good enough to... Like, we'll probably hang around the playoffs all season, but I don't think we're going to be able to make anything of it. Really, the Rookie of the Month is not Paul Molitor. It's not the other guy. It's... Why Dave Edwards? Oh, because he had 4 home runs in a month. I guess that makes sense. Damn, Kyson is on top of things this season. I'm quite impressed. Am I saying Mike Scott's name? That is a bit troubling. I'm expecting big things from him. Molitor got better. Trammell got better. Trammell got a lot better. Braun got a bit better. There's Lemon Jello. Let's have a look at Mike Scott's progress. He is holding his own in Double-A. I've got to say, how's his scouting look? He's not really translating potential into overall yet. I think there's still a ways to go before that happens. There's a breakout in here. It just hasn't happened yet. So we're just going to keep tight. I'm not going to push him. We're going to let him relax and build up his own pitching abilities. Okay, both Molitor and Trammell are having pretty great years. It's pretty clear. Gerald Thomas having a bad year. Jerry Turner's lighting it up. Tom Grieve is not. Grieve, you're here to hit for power. That's the one thing you're not doing. So you know what we're going to do? Braun, you're in. You're going to be my leadoff hitter. And then Turner's going to hit 5th. I genuinely think this is going to work. Because his skill set is so well suited to this, and quite frankly, Grieve is not doing what he's meant to be doing. So, yeah, and then this also takes some of the pressure off of Thomas, who's actually quickly decaying as a player. It's not great to see this in a 28-year-old, but I'm also not going to throw a temper tantrum over it. How's the pitching staff look? Jim Bard's not striking anyone out. Really, no one in my pitching staff strikes people out, which I find somewhat hilarious because of their actual skill sets. All of which suggests that strikeouts should be fast and frequent, but this is fine. Alright. And as a team, we're not doing great, but we're also not doing badly. I think we just need to find the right fit for some of these players. Like, I think Dave Edwards has a ton of talent. He just needs to have a little bit better luck with making contact. And then he will prove to be an asset to this team. Complete a personal message. Borgman and Grieve would both like to come back. You haven't been good, Borgman, but as a backup, I think you could be perfectly acceptable. So I will give you a couple more years' salary and then try to add a better catcher in the offseason. Grieve, my dude. You're a power hitter who doesn't hit for power. I don't see how that has a role on this team. I just don't. And I feel bad for you that I don't have a role for you. But it's just life, dude. It's just life. Bobby L. Brown lit some people up. Is there anybody whose contract is coming up that I would very much like to bring back? Maybe Felix Milan. How much money would you want to come back? You want basically a very slight raise. Let's think about it. I don't think second base is a particularly difficult position to find. It's not like third base. Oh, come on, Glenn. Bro. You're not cool. I got a call with Larry Johnson. It's whatever, dude. Dyer is going to be the starting catcher now. Johnson's going to back him up. That's the other place we could really use an elite player would be catcher. But, Johnson. Oh, I didn't put Milan. No. Stop. I didn't put Milan on the DL, or he's just not out that long. Oh, he's just uncertain. That's right. Okay. Damn it, Baltimore. I'm still a little bit upset about not getting George Brett, but that's fine. I didn't want him anyway. Yes, I did. I wanted him quite badly. All right, Mikey. How's it going? You're just not... I mean, you're performing well, but you're not actually developing. Maybe I need to check in at the end of July, the next player development thing, and just see if you can make that happen for us. Because I need to see improvement. I genuinely need to see improvement. He is undecided. Oh, you wanted me to upgrade to third base. You know, that's fair. I did not do that. I did not do that at all. Oh, let's bring everyone back in the minors. And then... Are you not getting along with anyone specifically, Mr. Atkinson? Paul Molitor and Alan Trammell don't like you. That's not a good sign. How would you get along with Corey Wenzel? If I promoted you to the Mariners, done. I'm going to promote you now. I don't care, Dave Atkinson. You're fired then. If you're going to disobey me, Atkinson, you gone. And you are promoted, Corey. Because you are a pretty talented dude. You. Meh. I could replace you. Humberto. You get along well with Alan Trammell. I'm willing to... that buys you a couple more years in my estimation. And then, scouting director. What is your strength again? You're pretty much good at everything. You're not great at everything, but you're good at everything. So we can bring you back for another couple of years. You want 5 years? Fine. Be that way. I'm gonna promote... Can I just go like this? I cannot. Okay. Year go up to Arlington. Everyone gets promoted a level. I don't care how good or bad you are, you get promoted a level. You're going to be my manager for Durham, and you are my manager for short season. And then we hire a new rookie league manager. We'll hire Raul here. How about 2 years? I don't want to have to sign you again anytime soon. I should have a couple of all-stars on this team, maybe even 3. Cool. You're not allowed to hit against me. Good. I don't care if you hit, I just care if you win. That's fine. I'm not even going to take him off the roster because he's only going to miss a couple of starts. Oops. I meant to stop for the All-Star Game roster. Oh, we're not actually there yet. Sweet. Come on. Create that baseball card. Alright, what do we got? Nobody? This is a joke, right? Man, y'all suck. You guys are just the worst. I can't break through and get one all-star. Man, forget you. Forget each and every one of you. Come on, Rick Burleson over Alan Trammell. He's only worth 2.5 wins. How much is Trammell worth? Trammell's worth 3.8. You guys seriously needed to make him an all-star, and I think you're going to regret it. When Alan Trammell just hits everything for the rest of the season. And you're going to look real dumb. Trading deadline. I mean, look, it's not worth trading for a veteran. It just isn't. Borgman. Yeah, you are still better than Johnson, so we can call you back up. That's not a problem. Bargman. And I guess the fact that we're so close to 500 is actually kind of a downside because it means we're not going to get a great pick. We should still get a good pick, but we won't get a great one. And that's going to cause issues when it comes time to adding another piece to this puzzle. You have a trade proposal. You would give me a decent catcher for one who's about the same and a player that I actually kind of want to keep. But I also kind of don't. You know? Flipping Felix Milan, it would not be terrible because he can't play second anymore. He no longer has value to this team. I will take anything I can get that appears to be an upgrade. Especially if I can get that player for 2 or 3 seasons. No. Hal McRae, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. I'm taking a bit of a risk with him that he'll put on a bit of control, but if he does, I think he'll be worth it. This is so far the best looking deal I've seen. Here we go, a couple more established relievers. Nelson Briles is a starter. But I'm not going to pay that much money for a 1-year deal. Not unless the player is exceptional, and he is not exceptional. He's merely pretty decent. You know, I did say I wanted to upgrade a catcher. Yeager's kind of an upgrade. If he hit more consistently, which he doesn't. Bobby Castillo, tempting. Byron McLaughlin. I think McLaughlin is the best pitcher and also has the fact he's got a bit more stamina. You know what? I will make this deal. And then let's see if I can get Toronto to toss something else in. Probably not. You probably give me Tim Conroy just because he sucks, but... yeah, there's not much of a chance he's going to turn out to be anything special. You know what? I'm just going to make this deal. And then that's fine. That's fine. And then this is where we need another second baseman. Or middle infielder. Is it really going to be Maddox? No, it doesn't have to be Maddox. I could actually just add another outfielder if I wanted to. Let's get Deneen back up. I want that extra defense when we need it. You're fine, actually. I'm not going to change the pitching staff at all. And then you, I'm going to add you to my 40 man, but I'm also going to make you pitch in AAA for a bit. Alright. Is there anyone else on the team I'd want to trade? Anyone that doesn't seem to be fitting my team? Tom Grieve. If I can get a decent return for you, you'll have been more than worth it. Only regulars and prospects, please. I don't want veterans. I'm not going to take on salary because he's not that bad. I just want something that's an improvement. You know, Keith Smith. You're an interesting dude. You've got a very good skill set. You're just like 5% below what you need to be an exceptional player. And you're just not good. I mean, he's a great reliever, but I'm not coughing up that kind of money for him. No, sir. Juan Behringer's right there. I could just take him. Ooh, Bobby Sproul. Actually, I think Sproul's my favorite so far. I might just trade for him and stop looking. There's Bobby Castillo again. Let's grab Sproul. He's a bit raw, but that's fine. Would you give me a Steve Mura? Just an extra bullpen arm. No, she's drafted him. You dick. Yeah, you ain't got nothing, mate. There we go. Did I just trade? Did I trade a pitcher or did I trade a hitter? I traded a hitter. Oh, I traded Grieve. That's right. That's right. Okay. Right. Let us call up Brown. No. I want him to get more playing time and see if he can push some of these stats. Just a touch. Bobby Tolan wouldn't be a bad guy to call up. He plays a bunch of positions, including first base. Yeah, alright. He can play this season. I don't really mind that much. Dower is going to be the new starting second baseman. Baylor's going to back him up. And then we're going to regenerate the depth chart. Dower, Baylor, depth chart. I'm also going to swap Turner and Edwards. I think Turner's just a little bit more accomplished at this point. That is what we're missing. We're missing that big thumper in the middle of the order, and I think that will come. Steve Braun, you're everything I want in a baseball player. I love you. Please be my best friend. He really is. I love non-traditional leadoff men. I wish more teams use them in the majors because I think too many teams just obsessed with there have to be fast and steal bases. My dudes, stolen bases haven't been a big part of the game for at least 30 years. Maybe you should drop it a bit. Alright, Mike Scott, how is it going? He's not... You're a slow developer, my friend. You're getting better, that's not disputed, but the problem is you're not getting better by enough. I still think you're at least a year away. I don't know if that means I need to challenge you more. I think we'll wait till next season, though. To challenge, to bump you up. Molitor or Trammell? Molitor, okay. You might still get a top 5 pick. Top 10 for sure. Top 5 might be pushing it. Yeah, that's whatever. Bobby Tolan, why would I extend your contract? I have played you in 5 games. I think maybe you're overestimating your value to this team. It's a common mistake. We call it Bob Grieve disease. I know that's not his name. Tom Grieve. There we go. Scout. Can you please scout him again? Let's see if he is still sucky or if he is now good. You're still a raw dude, my friend. You're dominating, which is great. And I'm gonna call you up next. I'm probably gonna give you a shot in spring training next year. But unless I think we've got a chance at making the playoffs, I'm probably not going to push you too hard. You're too valuable to the team in the long term. You know what, guys? We finished 80 and 82. 79 and 83. That was my fault. I shouldn't have predicted it. Can we just take a moment to appreciate that? So we look at Seattle. We got better by 38 games. $38 games. Now, if we did that again, we won that season's Major League history. I don't expect that to happen. But let's talk. Trammell was great, Edwards was great, Molitor was great. But there's still so much untapped potential, particularly from Edwards and Molitor. Edwards has decent power. We could expect him to hit 30 homers in the majors, although that's probably a ways away. Molitor hit for contact and got on base. He showed a bit of power, but again, there's more to that game. Daryl Thomas took a bit of a slide. He's having a little bit of trouble producing the offensive capabilities he used to do. But we won't have him for too much longer. I have no objections to him playing around center field for another season. Jerry Turner really opened my eyes this year. It's the best year of his career, and I just hope that he doesn't get like an insane contract out of it. It's not that he's not a valuable player, it's just his upside is somewhat limited. Braun, you're my guy. You are the Seattle Mariners until you're not. I know you didn't play the field very often, and I didn't want you to. We need to upgrade a third and probably second too. That's got to be a consideration in the offseason. But I think the ceiling for the two of you is limitless, and Edwards could even be a bit better than he is. Turner was a really nice find. I didn't expect Turner to be as productive now as he is. And I think he could probably put together another 2 to 3 win season next season, too. Look, if you would have told me Bruce Kyson would pitch his mind out, I would not have believed you. And I don't think this is permanently in his game, but he got it done this year. We had a lot of quality pitching this season. Even if Goudry's time has probably come and gone. There's some decent talent here. If we can get Mike Scott into the rotation and pitching well, we're only probably... Okay, so what did it take to make the playoffs this year? 89 wins in the East. 93 for the... We have the best division this year, which is fine. But we're not that far out. We need to make smart decisions this year in the offseason. We've got a ton of money. We're just sitting on it right now. If we spend that money correctly... I forgot I even signed you. And the Mets won the World Series. That's good for them. I really think there's something to this core. Our biggest problem right now is honestly Mike Scott. We need that unique pitcher. Why are you sorely disappointed? Why did you think we'd make the playoffs? You know what? You're just insane. To below average now. That's really good. And then we'll need a new pitching coach, which is fine. Greg Thayer got an award, as did Al Holland. Good for them. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. I think we made a lot of progress, and I think we're only about 2 to 3 pieces away from trying to make a run at the playoffs. Unless the next season is our dead cat bounce. And we're like, yeah, this was the best it's going to get for about 5 seasons. And I honestly don't mind that either. But this is a very good season. This is very promising. And I think the sky's the limit for Trammell and Molitor combined. But that'll have to be for another episode. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate the likes and the comments. Subscriptions are lovely. I don't generate any ad revenue, not Rad Avenue. I don't know what that means. That sounds like a road, like in New York City or something. I don't do this for the money. I do it because I enjoy interacting with you guys and I enjoy talking about games. And you help me to do both of those things when you click either the like button or you drop a comment down below. So, thank you very much. Until next time, though, this has been Avindian, and I bid you good day.